Hello and welcome to this video where I'll be showing you my favorite Zen build in Stadium. I will walk you through the exact items and power-ups to pick, go through the build strengths and weaknesses, hero synergies, and most importantly the playstyle to follow. Zenyatta, the monk that floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee, just a glass cannon type hero throwing balls and orbs around, hoping for the best. Zen is a man of peace, which is a nice way of saying he couldn't defend himself even if you handed him a shield and a tutorial. But today, watch as we migrate him from the Shambhala monastery to the Shaolin temple, making him a mini raid boss with a degree in philosophy. Before we talk about the build, here are some basic mechanics for Zen that you should already know. You can cancel the discord and harmony orb animations with left click, right click, and melee. Note that there's a unique timing to catch for charging secondary fire right after discord. If you do it too fast, it won't charge. You did it correctly if Zen hunches quickly. You can cancel charging secondary fire with melee. Note that this still consumes your ammo. You can charge secondary fire even with one ammo left. Moving on, the first power up we want to pick is Flying Kick, or should I say Dragon Kick! This power-up allows Zen to perform a dash kick while airborne that stuns the enemy if you knock them into a wall. Note that by default, Zen already possesses the snap kick ability as a passive in this game mode. This increases melee damage and knockback enemies. Flying Kick is a game changer for Zen. Aside from the purpose of doing damage, it provides incredible mobility that enables you to get in and out of fights quickly. If you aim slightly upwards, you can travel just beyond the 10 meters mark. But don't aim too high, as there will be diminishing returns. Don't just stick to the usual spots. Experiment, explore, and you might just discover your next game-changing position. This is a simple combo you should learn. Discord, primary fire, Dragon Kick! If you have managed a high ground flank, you can surprise them like this. This is how it looks in game. For this build, you want to focus mainly on weapon power and attack speed. There are many item variations you can consider. Compensator, weapon grease, and ammo reserves are my default round 1 items. You can also consider the following items: heartbeat sensor, armored vest, first aid kit, and power playbook. Hiking hover boots, talent modification module, and aftermarket firing pin are my round 2 items. For round 2, I would highly recommend getting hiking hover boots if you can. It grants you the ability to hover for up to 3 seconds by holding jump. Combine it with the Flying Kick power-up and you're now a stealthy B2 bomber raining justice from above before Farah gets added to the roster.
Why is it stealthy?
Oh, what the f***, you're back? Well, first of all, Zen doesn't make footstep sounds, and he hovers silently. The only times you will hear him are when he's performing these actions: firing, reloading, melee, ulting, jumping, dropping from height, or charging up secondary fire. Interestingly, there's a cooldown on a jump sound cue. If that's it, high ground is your friend. I know, you have heard 1,000 times by every mother's son to take the high ground.
But why?
1. You get better visibility and angles, especially if you play third-person POV in Stadium. 2. High ground is having natural cover. You get to choose when to pick and when to engage. A very common mistake I see from newer players is that when they take the high ground, they don't use it correctly, often standing fully exposed and taking too much damage, which defeats the whole purpose of having an advantageous position in the first place. Lastly, high ground allows for less of your body to be exposed. Compare this to this. This is one way of engaging you should learn. Instead of flying kick to safety, you can commit to the dive too. Avoid discord if you don't wish to alert the enemy. And you can also just pressure with primary fire. Honestly, I'm not a great Zen player and it's one of my least played support in the core game. However, I feel that the skill ceiling for this build is really high, and in the hands of a good Zen player, it can be pretty sick. Adding on to the items from the previous round, Shield Buster, Techno Leash, and Stockpile are decent items to consider for round 3. As usual, consider Codebreaker to ignore armor, and Salvage Slugs for shield breaking if you can afford them early. Yes! Shields are considered barriers too. The second power up we want to pick is Inner Peace. We are building toward a more self-sustaining setup, and this gives you a permanent healing orb that constantly restores your own health. Being able to self-sustain takes pressure off your team, allowing your other support to focus on healing your teammates while you apply pressure on the enemy by taking off angles and flanking. That's one less monk to heal and one flying kick toward victory. Here's an example where I took an aggressive off angle and my Juno didn't need to heal me once. The flank drew the enemy Kyuko's attention, forced her to use Suzu early, and left their Rhyme without support, which ultimately won us the team fight.
It's the butterfly effect.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass, and I'm homebound. I have no idea what is going on. What on Mars are you doing?
I dreamt I was a butterfly. You are not ready to learn. That was your lesson for today.
Round 4 onwards is when you start assembling weapon parts for your AK-47. Build toward Genji's Galvanic Gloves and Haze subroutine. Consider transferring protocol if you are having difficulty staying alive. As a general rule of thumb, always fall back to blue or green items from the previous rounds if you can't afford purples yet. Do not sell everything for a single purple item. Always have a balance of weapon power and attack speed. The last two power-ups we want to pick are It's Orbing Time and Seeking Salvation. Now there are many alternatives for the last two power-ups, as the core idea for this build revolves around the first two, Flying Kick and Inner Peace. However, I have chosen Orbing Time and Seeking Salvation for their poke potential and to allow me to play from a safe distance. Many hero builds scale heavily in the late game, which threatens Zen's survivability. It's best to play a bit more cautiously and stay closer to your team. These are the core endgame items for this build. Priority from top to bottom and left to right. For rounds 5 to 7, there's not much to say, just buy the core items if you can, and supplement with blues and greens with the excess bounty. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. That's exactly how I want you to treat this video or any guides you come across. Don't just copy the build and call it a day, use it as a baseline. Understand the why behind each choice and then start experimenting. Find what fits your playstyle. The real fun begins when you start theory crafting your own builds and making them your own. As a wise man said, if you think in terms of a year, plant a seed. If in terms of 10 years, plant trees. If in terms of 100 years, teach the people. Confucius said that. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed the video and maybe even learned something new along the way. If you like what you saw, drop a like to let me know and to show your support. Consider subscribing if you'd like to see more. Also, I just want to say thank you for all the kind comments on my previous video. It truly means a lot to me. I read every comment, so let me know which hero you'd like to see next. You can find the full build link and import code down in the video description. Okay, bye!